soup. Welcome to Tales Tomorrow. I'm Morrow, this is my friend Mary, and we're back with some more RPG horror stories. Hey Mary, what is your favorite kind of RPG horror stories?
I was forced here against my will.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I didn't know how to respond to you either. What was the question?
Let's just get some RPG horror stories for today. The DM either booted me out or ended the game, because my Oath of Devotion Paladin was high level enough to immunize the party against charm effects. I joined a 5e pickup game online early. Pika. Pikachu.
Pika.
I joined a 5e pickup game online earlier. I joined this game because, unlike most other 5e pickup games, it actually started at high level. I chose the Oath of Devotion because I was trying out the 2024 material much belatedly. The DM did not give out much of a premise and simply promised generic D&D adventure. I don't know how experienced the DM was with 5e. They could have been new or they could have been experienced. In the very first scene, we were standing before the queen of generic fantasy kingdom in a generic fantasy world. After some basic introductions, the DM had the queen reveal that she was, in fact, some demonic succubus queen. The archfiend proceeded to automatically charm everyone in the room. No saving throws allowed. The DM specifically repeated use the word charm. I point out, as an Oath of Devotion Paladin, my allies within 10 feet and I were immune to being charmed. There was no further dialogue from there, whether in or out of character. Just a minute or so later, the Discord server was gone from the list, and the DM was blocking me. In other words, the DM either booted me out or simply deleted the server and ghosted everyone. How could this have been handled more aptly? By not deleting the server? What did the DM expect to do? For y'all to just do nothing, just be charmed forever? Wow, what an interesting start to the campaign. Campaign begins, and you're charmed, and you can't do anything. We all just have to just stand like zombies, eternally charmed forever. The fact that one of your players has a way to prevent charm effects for you and your party within 10 feet of you, that sounds like a perfect setup to just like this big bombastic combat starting up next. Paladins have auras. How did the DM set up a game for like what, level 8 or something, like, you know, at higher level, and then not just check back and see what the players chose for their class and subclass and all the features? I mean, I know sometimes, like, you know, it could be a little difficult remembering every single feature, every single feed that players have, but even then, if they have it, if that's part of the mechanical thing they have, why do you just rage quit? Why not just improvise?
Yeah, because he could have easily just changed it.
Exactly.
Like changed like a spell or something. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be a charm effect.
Exactly. Or maybe keep a charm effect, but allow the story to continue with the party members of the only ones aren't charmed. So maybe they can get out of the city, or they can get in the fight, or whatever happens. It sounds like a perfect setup of the queen comes out, she reveals herself to be a succubus. The archfiend begins charming the whole town. The only people not charmed and not like zombified charmed are the party. Sounds like a perfect setup. Why would you just delete a server over that? I personally do not feel as though I dodged a bullet or anything of the sort. I do not feel lucky or relieved by the ordeal. First of all, there's a Google form application process, something I have had to fill out many times hoping that I land a position just this once. Then there's the character creation. Generally, I place plenty of effort into each and every character I make. I query the GM back and forth about the setting, potential homelands, potential backgrounds, and potential character motivations. I thoroughly research the build I'm trying to make, optimize it as best as I can, and manually transcribe it all in a Google document. Since my art budget for my PC is effectively nil, I spend time either searching for character art on Dumburu or Pixiv, or as last resort for overlay specific vision, and only if the GM specifically allowed it, generating images via AI. In this case, I was using 2024 playtest material, which was not supported by D&D Beyond. My character was not only an Oath of Devotion Paladin, but also an unarmored Draconic Sorcerer and a weapon summoning Warlock. Given the two other players were copying and pasting tabletopbuilds.com's flagship builds, I was not exactly remorseful. In so much as Titania is both a greater goddess in AD&D 2E and a Summer Court Seelie Archfey in D&D 5e Dungeon Master's Guide, I elected to flavor my character as a Yosha in service of Shuangmu, I'm probably gonna mispronounce it, Queen Mother of the West, and concept the DM responded positively towards. I used Sushang from Honkai Star Rail to visually depict my character. After a whole fortnight of waiting and anticipation with the DM checking back every few days to promise an epic adventure, I was rather eager to actually play my character. To have it all crumble away during my first scene is highly dismaying. There's virtually no way for me to salvage the background, the build, and the overall character because all of it was pointedly tailored to this specific campaign. Much as with every other character I make, it is a direct, unmitigated loss of my time, effort, and investment, which feels bad. But that's not your fault. I understand you completely. I completely understand it. It sucks because you build specifically everything to try to fit in this world and you double check with the DM to make sure that the character fits. And suddenly out of nowhere, you simply just say, DM, I have a aura that prevents charm, and the DM literally can't do anything and probably had a bit of a spurg moment where they just kicked you out of the game.
I think they just got booted. They might have just felt embarrassed that they didn't even realize that they had the thing, just thought I didn't want to put up with it, so they just got rid of them. I don't think they would have booted the whole server because if they put a lot of work into like starting the campaign and stuff, I think they probably saw them and thought, oh, they actually know what they're doing, or like I messed up and like they know too much. I need to get rid of them. I don't know.
It'd be too. You know what it
silly.
sounds like? It would be too embarrassing to try to tell the player, "No, you can't do that." Than it was to just delete the server and just disappear out of nowhere. So instead of having a conversation, basically be like, "Oh, I didn't expect that." It was easy to just delete the server than to have a situation where you say, "No, you can't do that. I need you to be charmed, guys. You can't be immune to charm."
Probably annoyed as well. Maybe they were having a bad day and then all of a sudden like the entire plan they had planned out with all the charm stuff and like getting people to do what they wanted, and it was just all out the window, so it just ruined the entire like session they wanted to plan. They probably just felt bad.
The DM should have anticipated this by reading the player's character sheet and realizing, oh, they have a feature, an aura that prevents them from being charmed. Wow. If only they could have read the feature. If only. Then maybe the game would have happened and it wouldn't turn into an RPG horror story. Let's get to the next story for today, and hopefully it's going to be a little bit less blue ball-y and more satisfying in some way. I don't know. GM makes me confront my dead cat in-game on stream. That's a complete polar opposite of what we just read. Jesus Christ. So I stopped gaming with this group for a myriad of reasons, but this story in particular was kind of a tipping point for me. My cat died a few months ago, very unexpectedly. My partner and I were on vacation for 3 days. Then my partner got a call from a cat sitter. My cat had dropped over dead suddenly, and the sitter had placed his body in the fridge. We had to drive back 8 hours in pouring rain so I could retrieve my cat from the fridge. It was horrific. Why the fridge? Is that something you do?
I mean, they probably did it so decompose slower, just so they can actually, I guess, say their goodbyes properly before they bury it.
Is that a thing you do? I mean, I feel like you need to clean the fridge after that. Oh God, this is a horrible situation.
They definitely probably cleaned it, but probably just did it just so like it wouldn't rot.
Is that a normal? Is that a normal thing to do?
If you don't want like a body, like
I feel very, very conflicted.
I watch a lot of murder stuff.
Whoa, okay.
Like I watch a lot of murder stuff.
All right, well, I'll take your word then. A month after this happened, I already had ticket to fly out to see my gaming group and play in a couple of games on stream. I wish we could have canceled because I still wasn't in a good place, but my partner and I flew out anyway. I had a few rough moments on this trip. One moment, someone had put a stuffed animal in the fridge as a joke. They knew my wait, what?
Oh my god.
They knew my cat had just died, but they didn't know the details of his death, so I don't blame them at all. After this happened, I had to go to the bathroom to cry from a flashback and keep composure. I was playing in 2 games on stream. My friend was running a Call of Cthulhu game, and my partner was going to play in it as well. The GM was very rude to him the whole time. Other fun stuff. There was a moment in the game where my character encounters a moving cat made of stone. The cat was once living, but cursed and turned into this. He describes the cat as cold and rigid in its movement. My character is the only one to encounter this cat. I'm having heavy flashback moments. The whole time, my partner is gripping my hand under the table because he can sense me holding back from crying. The whole thing is being streamed, and I try to stay composed. I asked the GM after the game why he made me encounter this cat, especially knowing my cat had just died, and all the details of how he died. The GM said he didn't even plan on it being a cat, that's just what popped into his head, and justified it further by saying how cats are cool. This made me more upset knowing it didn't even need to be a cat in the first place. It took a while for him to apologize eventually. There were so many red flags on this trip, but I'm really glad my partner was with me. I don't know what I would have done on that trip without him. It helped me realize how tone deaf that group of friends was in general, and I hope You don't interact with that group of toned out friends ever again, because holy fucking shit. If it didn't have to be a cat, they could have made it a dog, a parrot, a deer, anything. But they decided to go with a cat. And the whole thing with putting a stuffed animal in the fridge. Why?
Yeah, that's...
Somebody was 100% thinking,
That's just a cruel
that'd be
joke.
a funny prank, huh? That'd be a funny little meme. It's not funny in the slightest, dickheads. It's fucking cruel. Somebody just went through trauma of having a very close member of their family die. And yes, some people see pets as extremely close to them, almost as part of the family, as a little furry friends or little fur babies. It's really fucked up if you just start putting stuffed animals in their fridge because of the story, or mentioning a cat, the same pet that they had, be appearing in the character stream on fucking stream of all things. These people have no sensibility. I hope you're not associated with these people, and I hope they apologize 1,000 times, because this is not okay. This is genuinely not okay. I don't have a single pet in my life, right? I have family members that have pets. I don't have any pets. But even I know that just people that have pets are very important. They're very dear members of the family. I completely understand, like, the bond that my family in Russia, that my cousin in Russia has with his dog, that my friends have with their pets. I completely understand why they have such a bond and why they feel so close. People find closure and closeness to the pets they have. It's somebody important to them. And for these motherfuckers to just do something so sickening and just so insensitive is really fucked up. The whole stuffed animal in the fridge thing, somebody thought it was going to be a funny haha joke. And they're like, hey, what if I put a stuffed animal? Because remember their cat and everything?
I understand the feeling, because like I've grown up with pets. I've had like a pet since I was born, because my mum and dad already had a dog when I was born into the family. So I grew up with dogs my entire life. I have dogs now, and I would do anything for them. As annoying as they can be, and like pets will be like that, but like if something was to happen to them, I would feel like another family member has passed, like my old dogs and like old other pets I've had when it comes to like parrots, hamsters, or anything. Like, doesn't matter how long you've been with them. I mean, I had a rat, and rats only lived to like 2-3 years. And they didn't have much time, but they, just in that short time, the attachments you get towards them, like, unmeasurable. Like, it's something that you can't forget. Pisses me off that friends were like joking about stuff like that. Maybe they've never had a pet before, so they don't understand like why she's upset. Maybe they just hate animals. In that case, screw you. It's just disgusting. So I do hope she just like left them or just didn't bother with them at all. But I am really happy that she had a partner there with her. Yeah. Because at least like he was able to like stop her from getting upset, and
at least some sort of support in the situation. All of those people made up for it, for real, because they suck. If they haven't made up, I hope you just don't associate with these people ever again. Your time would be better spent finding people that actually are not gonna be douchebags to you than dealing with these people. And with that, that's all the stories for today. Thank you guys so much for watching the stories. We hope you enjoyed, and we hope you had a blast.
If you like this content, make sure to like and subscribe. This has been Tales Tomorrow with Mary, who's very dead right now.
Whoa.
Leave a message after the beep.
She's not dead, she's tired. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Bye.
Bye.